So, let's talk about a convergence that's happening right now in AI. See, it's not just one single thing developing in a straight line anymore. We've got all these different technologies, and they're starting to merge, to combine, into something way more powerful, and honestly, a lot weirder than anything we've really seen before. And this isn't some far-off sci-fi concept. This is about a future that could fundamentally change how we connect with each other and even how we see reality itself. Let's dive in.
Okay, so it all kicks off with this one simple truth that pretty much everyone in AI development agrees on. Forget all the killer robot stuff for a second. The real, immediate risk, the one that's right around the corner, is that AI is just becoming superhumanly persuasive.
And that right there is the core question of this whole explainer. I mean, a persuasive email, that's one thing. But what happens when you start stacking these different AI abilities on top of each other like Lego blocks? What does that future actually start to look like?
So, here's how we're going to break it down. We're going to start with the foundation, AI's raw persuasive power. Then we'll look at the different building blocks, AI companionship, these hyper-realistic faces, entire worlds created on demand, and even instant music. And then at the end, we'll see what happens when you snap them all together.
All right, first up, let's just establish the baseline here. AI's ability to influence us, this isn't theoretical, it's happening. We're already seeing studies showing that these language models can be more persuasive than actual humans in things like debates and marketing pitches.
And the speed of improvement is just staggering. I mean, think back just a few years ago. AI-generated images were total nightmare fuel, right? They were distorted, weird, you could spot them a mile away. But now, we're at a point where AI images are sometimes rated as more appealing than actual photos of real people. We have blown right past the uncanny valley.
And look, this isn't just about pictures. AI writing is now so good that all those detection tools are basically useless. And the voices? Yeah, sometimes they still miss the little subtleties of human speech, but they are getting scarily close to being completely indistinguishable. That line is getting blurrier by the day.
Okay, so we've got this foundation of persuasive power. Now, let's look at the first major building block in this whole thing, the absolutely explosive new industry of AI companionship.
Get this, tech executives are predicting that the market for AI girlfriends and companions is about to become a billion-dollar industry. That's a billion with a B. We're talking unicorn-level valuations for companies that are basically providing digital comfort.
And that's really the key to understanding this. One user, who was reportedly spending thousands of dollars a month on AI girlfriends, he just put it so simply. You can look past all the tech, all the wild headlines. What this industry is really selling is a fundamental human need: comfort.
And just to put that number in perspective, Match Group, the company that owns Tinder and Hinge, is worth about $9 billion. So the fact that experts think this brand new AI market could hit over $1 billion so quickly, it just shows you how massive of a shift people are expecting.
So we have persuasive AI companions in $1 billion market. But up to now, they're basically just text and voice. What happens when you give them a face? Well, that brings us to the next piece of our puzzle, a breakthrough from Microsoft called Vasa 1.
So what is Vasa 1? Well, it's a system that takes just two simple things. One, a single static picture of a face, and two, a totally separate audio clip of someone talking or singing. And then it mashes them together to create this shockingly lifelike, real-time video of that face speaking the words from the audio.
The process itself, from the user side, is ridiculously simple. You just give it the photo, you give it the audio, and the AI does all the heavy lifting. It doesn't just generate lip movements, it creates natural head motions and facial expressions that make it feel real, like it has a sense of life to it.
To give you a real idea of how powerful this is, just listen to these lyrics. Yo, I'm a paparazzi, I don't play no yacht. See, I go pop my cameras up your crotch. See. Pretty intense, right? So, who do you imagine is singing this?
That's right, the Mona Lisa. The researchers at Microsoft fed her portrait and that rap track into Vasa 1 and created a video of the world's most famous painting performing it. And that just shows you the insane power here. Any image can be brought to life.
But what really makes Vasa 1 next level is how much you can control it. You should think of it like a mixing board, but for a face. You can independently control the direction of the eyes, the position of the head, the emotion. You can fine-tune the entire performance in real time to make it perfectly, totally convincing. Okay, so now our AI companion has a fully controllable, lifelike face. But where does this companion live? That brings us to our next layer, the ability to generate entire worlds and even soundtracks completely on the fly.
So there's this developer, Dan Wood, who created an experience he calls Endless Dreams. He's using open-source software to generate video worlds in real time, and he's directing it all with just his voice. As you can see from his prompts, he can jump from cats on Mars to corn cobs on fire to kittens riding sheep in just a matter of seconds. He is literally exploring a visual dreamscape with his voice. And it's not just the visuals. Using tools like Suno AI, you can generate a catchy, surprisingly addictive song about, well, literally anything. People are already making viral hits based on things like text message conversations, and honestly, the music really gets stuck in your head.
Okay, we've looked at all the individual pieces now. The superhuman persuasion, the billion-dollar companionship, those lifelike talking faces, and instant worlds with their own custom soundtracks. Now, for the final step, let's put it all together.
This is the great convergence. You start with that base layer, a powerfully persuasive language model. Then, you put that model inside a framework that's designed for AI companionship. After that, you give that companion a unique, controllable, real-time face, and you place them in an infinitely customizable world that responds to every single thing you say. Each layer dramatically, exponentially amplifies the power of the others.
And once you have that fully assembled entity, a completely new question emerges. When an AI can create a personalized reality just for you, one that is specifically designed to be as engaging and as comforting as possible, who's really in control anymore?
And that brings us to a really crucial point. Could these converged AI entities start to occupy the space in our lives that was once reserved for, well, for humans? Could they become our friends, our confidants, our favorite artists? The technology is giving them every single tool they need to do just that.
And that's the thought I really want to leave you with. Imagine an AI companion that looks and sounds more real than anything you have ever seen. It exists in a world that was custom built for you, with a personalized soundtrack playing in the background, and has been trained on trillions of words to know exactly how to push your emotional buttons. When that technology arrives, and it is arriving right now, the line between what's real and what's artificial might just disappear altogether.